Good morning. This is Deborah with Swanee River Regional Library, and I cannot believe it's already been a month, but today we are going to go to a new item. We're going to use the round knitting loom. Last month we did, well, 2 months ago, we did the crocheting. Last month I taught you the Afghan stitch, and hopefully some of you tried it. And today, instead of teaching you to knit with 2 needles, which is very difficult for a lot of people, we will be using the round loom. So last month, we reminded you how we did our single crochet, and it was just going in 1 hole at a time and doing your yarn over and bringing it through till you got to the end of the row. Hopefully some of you tried to do that. And then I moved you into the Afghan stitch and showed you the difference. And the difference is, instead of taking the stitch off each time, we just went into this bar and did our yarn over and pulled it through, and we left it on that needle. So this is just a small reminder of what we had done last month in case you wanted to keep trying it and wanted to keep going. So this is your Afghan stitch, which will get longer and longer as you go, and we went all the way across to the end of the row and just left them all on there, so instead of taking them off like in crocheting. And we caught this very last one, and then we chained 1 at the very end, and then you take off 2 at a time all the way till you only have 1 left on the needle. My needle's bigger than what I had used last time. And you take off 2 at a time until you only have 1 left. So we're going to leave crocheting today, and I'm going to teach you some knitting stitches. So I want to finish this row first, just so it's a reminder of what we did last month. And till I have 1, and then I go back across. Now, today I'm going to teach you knitting, and for many people it's very difficult trying to get both needles going and holding them and getting your yarn just right. So I thought instead I would teach you the knitting loom. And this is part of what I've already done. And you can see here there's 1 row, 1 stitch, and then it goes to 2 here. And I'm going to show you how I started that. And I'm going to do it with this small one. This is also going to be a hat. You see the groove here, and that's for a reason. So today we are going to start this knitting on the round loom. And I'm going to put it around this peg so it holds my yarn in place. And I'm going to go from right to left around the whole thing on every peg, and once I get it started I don't have to hold it on that initial peg, from right to left. And I'm going to do it all the way around, and you want to make sure you keep it loose or you won't be able to move that stitch over the next one that I have to put on each peg. So I'm going to do all the way around, so each peg has 1 stitch on it. And this is a nice size for a baby, and we make a lot of them for preemies in the hospitals because it makes really tiny ones, and it also makes it loose so it fits loosely on their heads. Okay, so I've done all the way around, and I'm going to just keep going and make sure that each peg has 2 stitches on it. So you can see how it has 2, and here's my 1. I'm going to go all the way around so every peg has 2 stitches. That blue shows up good on that green. almost to the end. Now you can buy these looms in any of your craft stores, and it looks just like you've knitted it with 2 needles. Okay, so now I have 2 on every one of them. I'm going to bring this down and put it around that peg, just so it holds it in place. Now they have a special hook just for doing this. I don't have one, so I'm going to use a crochet hook. I'm going to take this bottom piece and I'm going to put it right over the top one. Now I have only 1 stitch on there, and you do that all the way around till you get back to that outside peg right here. I want to show you. You just take the bottom one and put it right over that ball at the top, and you're down to 1 stitch. Now that's got to be a lot easier than trying to handle 2 needles, and it looks the very same. Going from 2 down to 1. Very, very simple. It'd be a good craft for your children even. Now that a lot of people are homeschooling, this would be a good thing to do for art. Get that bottom one. And we're to the last one. Okay, so now I'm down to 1 on each one, and I'm going to just push these on down, because now I got to add another stitch to every peg, and that just pushes down very easy. You can use your hook, just push it down. Now I have to put my second stitch on there again, because I'm down to 1. I have to have those 2 on there to be able to do it. So I'm going to unwind my yarn here, and I'm going to go around them all again, so I have 2 stitches back on my peg. And that's all there is to it. You put 2 on, take the bottom one over the top one, move these on down so I have a spot. Keep on so I have 2. We'll do it once more. Put that on down. There's a groove up there that catches that yarn. Just keep on going around. I'm almost back to my peg, and that's my good indicator that that's where I'm going to quit. Everything has 2. So once again, I take my hook and move the bottom one over the top. Till I only have 1 left, and then you repeat the whole thing again, and eventually it'll get long like this one. And what they did after about 5 rows, they took the bottom and put it back over the hook to make this little rim here, and then there's all your stitches of where you took it off of the peg and put it over. So once this gets longer, I would take the bottom stitch and put it up over here, and it makes a nice little ridge. And to take it all off, all you need to do is take a big needle and thread it through all of the ones left on your peg. And that's how you do the top of your hat together. But this would take a while to get long enough for me to show you how to do that ridge. And you're welcome to come in and have one of us help you figure that out. I like it to be about 1 inch long before I do it. and that would take a while. But it's very simple, as you can see. You can see how it does on the inside. It's got it all knitted together, and it does a really good job. And that's all it is. And if you have any questions, feel free to call the library and ask for Deborah Barney, and I'll try to explain things to you. I know there's also books on all kinds of different things you can do with this loom. So there I am, back to my beginning, and you know what to do next. You just put another stitch around every peg from right to left, from back behind and around, back behind and around, and we're going to repeat it again. Thank you so much for being with us this month and for learning how to do the loom knitting to make hats. And since I taught you how to make the small one, this is perfect for preemie babies, and a lot of your hospitals are receiving those hats. So join us next month, and I will be teaching you how to read patterns and crocheting. Thank you so much for joining us this month, and I hope to see you back next month.